week 2 of this series called The Good Shepherd, where we're taking an in-depth look at the relationship between the sheep and the shepherd. And we looked at John chapter 10 last week, ending in verse 10, where it says that I come, Jesus speaking, I come so that they may have life and have it to the full. So what does it look like to live life to the fullest? And we're getting that answer really from Psalm chapter 23 as the psalmist David is walking us through how the shepherd leads the sheep in different areas and situations in life. Right? The first is that the shepherd takes the sheep and leads the sheep to lie down in green pastures and beside quiet waters. We see that the sheep get rest from this, that they are rejuvenated. They're able to eat and drink what they need to continue to survive and to thrive in life. We see that the shepherd leads the sheep through the darkest valley. We see that he talks about actually preparing a table. It says, prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies, not away from my enemies, but right in the presence of, right in the middle, there can still be some peace. And then the shepherd is saying as well at the end there that the sheep can actually be led for all of eternity, from now and forever. But what does this mean for us today? What does this mean as we are the sheep to the good shepherd, being God himself? So we look at verse 3, actually, that we're basing a lot of this discussion off of, is that it says he guides me on the right path for his name's sake. So often we look at a relationship with Jesus from a selfish standpoint, that it's all about us, when really we weren't made like that. Yes, Jesus died for us, he loves us, but really it starts with us, but it's all about Jesus. Everything's founded on the truth of the gospel, and it starts with our action to be able to engage God, but it's all about glorifying the Father. So these examples that are given in Psalm 23 are yet examples about how God can be glorified, how the shepherd can be glorified, right, for his name's sake. And so we look at these examples that the sheep laid down near the quiet waters and the green pastures to rest. For us, God needs us to rest. He needs us to be taken care of so that we will have what it takes to go and then bring him glory, no matter the circumstance we face. Right? We know that being led through the darkest valley actually will enable us to tell people about what God brought us through, which will then bring him glory. We look at being able to have peace in the midst of trials, or in the midst of temptations, or in the midst of difficult things that are going on all around us, that we can get so overwhelmed by that. And God doesn't just take us away from them as we really want him to. He says, no, these things are not stronger than me. We can have peace right in the middle of it. You don't have to worry. You don't have to be anxious. And then last, being in a relationship with Jesus forever shows us and glorifies God's power and his commitment. It glorifies different things about God as we look in depth of how he interacts with us. And so the main point for this week was how living a life to the fullest means to glorify God in everything you do and in every situation that you encounter. So the first question to think about this week is, how has God been glorified in your life through leading you through a darkest valley? And then question number 2, in what area of your life are you failing to live it to the fullest as it is based on Psalm 23? In what area are you failing or need to get better at bringing God glory, which is living life to the fullest?